This is a work of art, my friends. Over the hillsides near the graveyard, you'll control a pinball that fulfills its destiny where the church bells ring until further notice in a starter for the beginning and to end out of all things immortality next to a reaper of skulls, fulfilling the words of Jesus, let the dead bury the dead. Of course, any notion of the afterlife always involves death, and we could see the graveyard's cartoonish world skulls, eyes, trolls, death, destruction, ghosts, spirits of the dead, all given facelifts and humorous exaggerations which pardon the tragedy until the irony is realized in brilliant 64-bit taste. In fact, this Jaguar program almost resembles a Nintendo DS program. Colors and shapes bounce not only in the graveyard, but also at a car exhibit, a clown's fairgrounds, and a parody of The Price is Right. I'm angry at Marvel more than ever, especially since the Jaguar program's comic-like style reigns supreme and goes interactive with the sharp, soft murmurs of music through the radio frequency signals RF. RF was the thing before AV, which came before HD, which came before 4K, and yet my TV from Element does a terrific job in displaying the Jaguar console's power for the 64-bit interface, graphics and controls, images in front of where my dial pad keeps my fingers tuned to 4 pinball worlds, volume altered or difficulty changed, you'll find the silver pinball to be more than a nuance that expels beauty towards the cartoon-like, comic-like presentations. Try to imagine a game show's ridiculous appearance, a reaper's fun-looking eyes, as a car goes vroom into the fantasy zone, understood to be a fecal controller's paradise. Even the funny clown will pull your socks off once you've hit the hardened challenges. It takes a good deal of hit Sausage to get the pinball rolling on its agony of defeat against the flippers, and you'll have to imagine through and through what the flippers should do before the oncoming pinball brings the test of tension into the mix. A lot of pinball fantasy shows exquisite magnificence. For that matter, the magnificence is the whole. Tangents of color are split between themselves for the better chances of visualization during the ongoing pinball machine action. Radar above for high scores. Everything looks so surreal. Painstaking detail is given to pinball fantasies and thus verifies its strange rainbow logo on the cartridge front. Controls with the Jaguar controller are firm, tough, and ready for pinball. My photos show what's behind the imagination of the programmers who worked for Spidersoft. Is that a metaphor? Gabriel should have noticed that.